my name is Clara Patricia and I'm the student of the Sakti School of Tourism. I was born in 2001 on 3rd October in Jakarta. I can speak Indonesia for sure, pretty English, and fair Mandarin. My social media are Line, WhatsApp, Instagram, and my email is on your board also. The company that I will choose for my internship is Traveloka. Traveloka is an Indonesia unicorn company that provides flight ticket and online hotel booking service, which is growing rapidly to Southeast Asia and Australia. Recently expanded to provide lifestyle product and service, such as attraction ticket, activities, car rental, and restaurant voucher. Traveloka is a technology company based in Jakarta, in Indonesia. Founded in 2012 by ex-Silicon Valley engineer and aims to revolution human mobility with technology. Today, Traveloka is expanding its reach by operating in the 6th country and experimenting with the new endeavor that will create large impact in the market and industry we touch. From the cultural barrier, work etiquette and as a term you can use to describe one's social behavior in the workplace. There are some habits and qualities that you can associate with the work etiquette along with the example of various culture. First is punctuality. Getting to work or for a meeting on time varies across diverse culture. Some culture like the Brits find this quality quite significant and don't tolerate tardiness. On the other hand, in Brazil and Argentina, it is quite common to come late for a meeting, at least half an hour after the meeting starts. The second is greetings. When it comes to handshakes, in Singapore they appreciate a gentle handshake that lasts around 10 seconds, but in India, a handshake should be followed by greeting a person with their titles like Mr., Mrs., and Sir, or saying Namaste. When it comes to Brazil, they greet each other with a firm handshake or a kiss on the cheek. Apart from handshake, in some culture, greeting in the workplace can involve bowing. For instance, the Japanese following bowing with your back straight while your hands are at the side. And next is making eye contact. If some of your colleagues come from the England, avoid making prolonged eye contact with them, because you'll make them uncomfortable. At the same time, employees in South Africa tend to keep eye contact during the meeting. For them, this behavior proves that someone is focused during in the meeting. In addition, South Africans also nod their heads for the same reason. Next is handing out business cards. When it comes to British culture, they usually exchange their business card during the initial introduction. In Singapore, it's vital that you present your business card with the both hands. If you find yourself a meeting with the Japanese business people, remember not to throw your business card or write on them. As for the Indian culture, it's crucial not to give or receive business card by using your left hand. And for the making small talk, having a casual conversation before the meeting or when it starts, it's quite common in India and the United Arab Emirates. And next is a dress code. In India, all employees have to follow a particular norm. Men have to wear a shirt and a tie, while women are obligated to wear saris and salwar suits. Speaking of the United Arab Emirates, it's mandatory for women to wear a skirt or suit below the knee. On another note, companies in Denmark usually require an informal dress code. And next is work-life balance. In some culture, for instance in Singapore, work is a priority and often employees are expected to be responsive after work hours. At the same time, some cultures tend to keep a better work-life balance. For instance, in France, there is the right to disconnect law. The French employees have the right to switch off after work and not obligated to answer any emails they get outside the working hours. So, what we do for the cultural barriers? The first, define what cultural behavior are acceptable for a job and a work setting. The fact is not all behavior specific to a particular culture will negatively impact your employees' performance. But showing up late for work or for meetings is a quality that shouldn't be tolerated, regardless of the one's cultural background. If that's the case with your worker, be sure to let them know that. Even though you respect their culture, punctuality is the company's policy. And the second is be willing to adapt. As I mentioned before, for some culture disagrees with the coworker and especially superior is not appropriate at the workplace, but it's possible is in a non-work environment. At the same time, some cultures are not accustomed to direct feedback. Therefore, as their manager, be willing to get to know more about the distinct cultural standard of your employees so that you can adapt. There, it will be easier both for you and your team to communicate more effectively. Plus, you'll avoid violating cultural standards. And the point is, cultural and language barriers can sometimes cause misunderstanding among them employees. So, however, just because you don't speak the same native language as your partner or you don't share the same cultural standard doesn't mean you cannot bridge this barrier. Overcoming cultural differences and establishing effective communication within the team implies being willing to adapt, but also educating yourself through cross-cultural training and language course. So that's all for me, and thank you. See you in the next video.